This is probably my favourite batch of books I've had out of the library in one go in quite a while. So we'll start with the one that I've read, and this is Mrs. Fry's Diary by Stephen Fry. This is wonderful. This is a year-long diary written by Stephen Fry's wife, Edna Fry, and it is so clever. I didn't really know what to expect, but basically she lives with Stephen Fry, the window cleaner, and there are little hints that he has this other life. But she never really finds out what this is as it progresses, but then these hints get more and more, and will she ever really realise what's going on? And it's kind of also a bit parodic of your typical British woman and our attitudes to things. It's so funny, and if you like Stephen Fry, I can't recommend it enough. Then this is actually the one that I'm going to be reading next, and this is And Now on Radio 4. And I hadn't noticed that, but there's a quote from Stephen Fry at the top, so that's a nice little unintended segue. Radio 4 is my station of choice. I love it, but I've only been listening to it for a few years, so I thought this would give me a great opportunity to, that made a really weird noise, to get a better understanding of where the station came from and kind of how it got to be a fantastically loved station as it is today. I also have a qualification in radio that I never mentioned because I never remember. After school, before university, I went to college and studied radio for a year and absolutely loved it. But I kind of forget that I did that a lot of the time because I don't do anything with that qualification. So hopefully it'll help me kind of get back in touch with that as well. Virginia Woolf's Freshwater. This is a play script. I've not read any of Virginia Woolf's play before, and I don't know how I'll find it to her prose fiction, but I love her more than life itself, so either way I'm going to biasedly like it. This is writing in the film age, and from what I can see it's all about writing adaptations and what it's like to be a writer in this contemporary age where books are written to be turned into films, and what it's like to write a screenplay with kind of the aspect of things turning into franchises and things. I'm probably not describing it well because I haven't read it yet, but that's kind of the impression that I got. To sum up, essays by contemporary novelists. I am a contemporary novelist who has a great love of films and admittedly does write most of her work with the hope that one day somebody will turn it into the next Harry Potter, even though my writing is absolutely nothing like Harry Potter and largely not child friendly. Lastly, and by no means least, we have this rather large book. This is the complete short stories of Evelyn Waugh. I read and adored Brideshead Revisited. It's one of my new favourite novels. But then I read Vile Bodies. I'd seen the film version of it, the title of which I can't remember. It's got a slightly different title. Beautiful something. I can't remember. But I didn't really like reading it that much. It just wasn't really my style. So I'm hoping that the short stories will be a bit better and rekindle my love of Waugh's writing that I discovered in Brideshead Revisited. I'm not sure how many short stories are in here. Quite a lot. They're not numbered, but there's a lot of them. So very keen to get started with those. Very happy indeed. I got these all in one trip and I came back with a big smile on my face because I knew I was in for a bit of a reading treat. If you have any suggestions for books that I should check out, I would love to hear them because I'm kind of struggling to find contemporary fiction that I like at the moment. There's not a lot that's drawing my attention. So if there's anything you've read recently, do let me know and I'll speak to you all soon.